Was the hotel and the pancake house where I ate a lot. Absolutely stunning backdrop to this town. Alright, heading back to the trail. And this was the place where I got an absolutely amazing curry. Alright. Okay, back on trail. Got to go under the underpass. Under the interstate, and now back on trail. Good morning. It is day 160. I just enjoyed a lovely zero in Snoqualmie, sorry. So I didn't have far to go from my campsite. It was only 4 miles, bit of an uphill, and then along the top, and then headed down to the town. Checked into the motel. They didn't have rooms ready because it was only 9 o'clock, but made sure there was going to be room. Then had breakfast at the pancake house. 3 pancakes with a whole lot of fruit and nuts and cream. Oh, it was good. Then hung out in the hotel reception in the lobby, just editing videos till my room was ready. Checked in, then went off and grabbed lunch, which was a curry. Did my resupply, didn't need much. Still had 2 dinners, and it's only 2.5 days to go. So I think it's only about 63 miles to get through to Stevens Pass, which will be my next resupply. And then yeah, just started relaxing. Dinner was just chips. I was so full from lunch. Next day is a full zero. Basically consisted of editing videos and eating. It was wonderful. And then this morning woke up, did 1 more video, had breakfast, huge. I had the full service breakfast. It was massive, but I actually managed to finish it. Huge hash brown, 3 eggs, bacon, and a few pancakes as well. Oh, it was really good. And then, yeah, finished packing, checked out. Now, back on trail, 10 past 11. And I have 2,500 feet, over 5 miles. So, little steeper gradient than it had been. Looking at the elevation chart, there's going to be lots of ups and downs all the way through to Stevens Pass. So I'd heard about this section. I think it's this section they're saying has got the biggest elevation gain out of the entire hike, even though the elevation levels are a bit lower. Alright, it's getting closer. Looking at my resupplies. Only got 2 resupplies to go now. Gaining height rapidly, but the gradient hasn't been too bad actually. Yeah, enough that I can get a good rhythm going. There's been a few section hikers and day hikers on the trail, but not too many so far. That interstate is so noisy. I think because it's a valley, that noise just bounces up. So it'll be quite nice to get around a corner and get away from that. Once again, lovely forest. Just starting to get rocky now. The trail was beautiful and smooth before. Little open bit, just so I can see how much hill is still left to climb. Oh no, it's actually been really good. Just plodding up, but yeah, making good progress. Not tiring, even though I'm having to haul my very full stomach up. It was a huge breakfast I had. Yeah, really enjoying it. Very lucky it's a little cloudy, which is keeping the temperature down a bit more. I can imagine this would be very, very hot in the full sun. Oh, wow, it's nice being back on trail again. And surprisingly, I'm not having the tight shins that I normally get when I come off a zero. Legs are feeling good. No sign of any ache on the shin. And my left knee, which I think I twinged slightly the day before coming down, that's good too. Oh wow, look at that. Woohoo. Mountains over the other side of the valley. This is cool. These bright red berries. Okay, I am now entering the Alpine Lakes Wilderness, Mount Baker, Snoqualmie National Forest. Alright. All that valuable height that I gained, I'm losing. I'm going downhill. I'm meant to be going up. But only the difference in the colours of the rocks. So we've got a red one there, and then we've got a palish, almost white one there, and then the dark grey there. Such a lot of variety in a small space. If I turn around and start going up now, I know this is a big long dog leg up the valley, and then I'll head back around to the face of the hill again. Alright, now it looks like, oh, just get through these rocky areas. Now it looks like I'm starting to go back uphill again, which is good. Didn't like losing all that height I'd just gained. Yep, uphill. Just stopped for a fairly lengthish chat with a Irish guy currently living in Banff, Canada. He spent a bit of time in New Zealand. He's a sailor, so he was there during the America's Cup, and yeah, talking about rugby and how he hassles the Canadians about having a foreigner as their head of state, as in the Queen. Yeah, nice little chat, little break from going up the hill. But yeah, this hill is going a lot easier than I was expecting. Still not up the top, but I'm up the steeper face of it now, going along the side, slowly climbing. But I don't think I've got a huge amount left now. Oh wow. I wanted mountains, and look at that. Oh yeah. Beautiful. Oop, out into the open now, above the tree line. Oh wow. Definitely panorama time. Gorgeous. That's the road way, way, way down there. And still, Mount Rainier over there. And then above me, craggy cliffs. And that noise is crickets. It sounds like being under a power pylons. And onwards. This is exactly what I was picturing Washington like. Ooh, is that red hill I was talking about? And that's Snoqualmie down there. Dream of people still. Alright, and I am just about to go around the corner, and woo-hoo, look at that. Some more beautiful mountains ahead. Oh wow, this is so cool. I'm about half a mile from the 2,400 mile marker. So I have to keep an eye out for that one. Whew. Can't stop the big grin on my face. This is exactly what I was wanting. Oh yeah, that. Wow. Oops, some little lakes down there. I'm at the top of the hill now. Now it's undulations for a while. To start was gentle and then a bit more extreme undulations, what most people would probably call hills. Oh, here's a new view. Oh yeah. Go a little bit further along. And look at that. So that's where I've just come from. Woohoo! Jagged, rough mountains. Oh yeah. Alright. There was a sign that said for horse riders to dismount for this part. Wow. This is so beautiful. Woo. I'm going to have to check the distance. I must be getting close. Wow. Still Washington, wow. It's a nice wide trail. So there is a bit of a drop off down there, but it's such a wide trail, you don't need to worry about it. Because you're not looking at the trail, you're looking at these just amazing views. Yeah, wow. There it is. It's a little marker for a big achievement. 2,400 miles, and that means 253 miles to go. Woohoo! That's where I've come from. I just have to keep stopping and looking and taking in this beautiful scenery. And from the looks of it, even ahead is going to stay this gorgeous scenery. There was another through hiker. He was building a 2,400 marker. He'd missed the pine cone one. Ooh, this is going to be good. It's just going to be one of those trails that looks rough from a distance, but is actually nice. Yep, looks like the trail builders have done a good job again. Getting a nice path through these rough rocks. I'm going to struggle going back home. I've been so spoilt with the trails here. Wow. Every corner I come around, it's another wow. Just in case the stunning mountains weren't enough, now we get a lake as well. This is Ridge Lake. I'm going to refill with water. Beautiful lake, a ridge lake. So from here there's no water for 7 miles. I've stocked up with a full load of 2 litres, so if I need to camp before I get to the water I can, but I should make it to the next water source. Woohoo! Alrighty, continuing on. Pretty lake. You can see the trail going along the side of that hill and around. Another lake down there. Time for a snack. Let's have some berries. Still lots of wildflowers. Oh, that one's sweet. Ooh, beautiful. This area's got blueberries and huckleberries, so I've picked a nice mixture for breakfast. to go with my cereal. And the cereal's recovered from the hiker box, so I didn't have to go out and buy a whole packet. Oh yeah, yummy. Those are nice berries. Oop, able to look down that valley down there now. Wow, that's just mountain after mountain after mountain. Look at that. Cool. And see where I've come from? Trail's going across the face of these hills, just below the cliffs. And up to here. And continuing to climb. But I don't mind the climb because the views are pretty good. So whenever I need a little break, turn around, look at that. Still climbing. I can see the trail climbing up to the ridge line there. Panorama overload, but you can see why. There's Mount Rainier, or Rainier, not sure if I'm pronouncing it right. Like I'm swapping sides of the ridge, so that's the last of that view. And coming up and over the saddle, and wow! Oh, beautiful lake down there. So now I've got a steep downhill, which I'm not looking forward to. And I see a trail over there and over there. Okay, so go along, dropping, trails running just along there. You can see a person and a dog down there. Keeps dropping, and then climbs up the other side, and then along the side. Oof, wow. And along the side. And it looks like we climb a bit because I see another trail heading along up. Where's it go? It goes somewhere up there. I can't see how much further across. It might go all the way over to that ridgeline over there. Oh wow. So the lake is called Joe Lake. This is the saddle, and now I start heading up. There's this beautiful lake below. Can't see it with the camera, but just a beautiful colour. Lovely. Right, now I start climbing again. This is where I zigzag down, 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 coming along above Joe Lake, and starting my way along the side. So I've done a big climb because we had to get up above these cliffs here. So I've climbed up to a saddle. Now I climb up some more, and then you can see the trail going along the side of the hill all the way along. Wow. Once again, stunning views. I put in a new memory card into my camera, and I'm glad I did because I'm going to be using so much footage. This is just so beautiful. Alright, continuing uphill. You can see where I came up there, round to the saddle and up to here, and big cliffs ahead above me. And still continuing on, heading around the side of the hill. Still climbing a little bit more. This is just amazing. It's going to be like Crater Lake, trying to edit these videos and pick which of these stunning panoramas to put in. Oh, just gorgeous. These are pretty cool. Like a little succulent that's flowering. There's the fluffy pink flowers. Just came around this corner. There's this chipmunk just standing in the middle of the trail. I think we gave each other a fright. I don't know why, this teeny little thing, but I wasn't expecting to see it in the middle of the trail. I'm getting used to them skitting around and crossing the trail right in front of me and that, but yeah, I don't know why this one. Started heading down for a little while, and then it'll be back heading up to get over the ridge line. Ooh, I see a person. Nope, they're sitting down, so I don't know which way they're going. The huckleberries are turning red and it's making the hillsides look like they're on fire. It's beautiful. Just met, there's two girls and then two ladies, and one of them is rock's over yet. She's just so frustrated. So I said to her, stop, look at this scenery, breathe deeply. And she did. She breathed deeply and sort of calmed down a little bit, and then I asked her how far ahead she's looking, and she's looking almost down by her feet. So I suggested to her to look just a little bit further ahead, so that her body can plot the course, and plot the best course rather than having to react to what's right in front of it. And also just to bend her knees slightly, more relax her knees, yeah, those things. It takes a little practice to get used to it, but those things makes walking on loose rocks a whole lot easier. I'm not sure if you've noticed, if you have a look at some of my introduction videos at the start of each day, you'll notice very rarely am I looking down near where my feet are. I'm usually looking quite a bit further ahead, or just looking around at the scenery, which, because I'm looking further ahead, my body has just memorized that patch of ground ahead of me, so I don't need to look at it for a while until I need to memorize the next patch. And your brain is an amazing thing, how it can just memorize where all of those stones are at a glance, and then navigate you over while you're looking in a different direction. It takes a bit of practice to be looking a lot further out, but everyone should be practicing looking sort of 3 meters ahead as they're walking. Really rough ground, you may sort of flick from sort of 3 meters down to 1 meter, and then up to 5 meters, down to 3, so your eyes are sort of moving along the trail. But on nice sections of trail, you're looking 3 to 5 meters ahead, and yeah, not even bothering looking at your feet. So that's something, as I say, it requires training. So when you go out for a walk, whether it's in the city or on trails next time, consciously start looking a little bit further ahead, and then don't look down at your feet, look out off to the side of the trail or something, and you'll learn to trust what your brain is processing and how far ahead it can process and memorize. But it will make your hiking a whole lot more enjoyable, because, well, number one, you won't be tripping as much. You'll be a bit more confident, especially on the rougher ground. You'll move across the rougher ground smoother, because you've been picking a path out, the best path out well in advance. And you get to look around at the scenery a lot more, because you're not having to constantly be looking down where your feet are. So yeah, give it a go. See, if these things kept quiet, they'd actually be quite hard to see. But because it's so noisy, it's easy to isolate where it is. It's gone quiet now I'm closer. I'm probably only about 3 meters away, but still sitting there. Doesn't look as cute with the ears back. Come a long way along there and around. There's the lake. Went down to the saddle just above it. Along there and then up, and I've been coming down. About to start going up again. Yeah, I think I'll come around the corner and I should be able to see the ridge line where I climb up and over it. There it is, so continuing along the side, and then I can see the track crossing there, and then it must zigzag slightly, and then it's going across there. So yeah, going over the saddle, I'm guessing. It's a rocky areas. I can see why that lady was frustrated. If you're not very confident walking on this sort of terrain, then yeah, I can see how it would get a bit frustrating after a while. But when you learn to relax on this sort of thing and relax your knees, relax your ankles, and just let your feet flow with the rocks, whatever they're doing, and don't panic if you end up stepping on a loose rock with me, because my shoes are so loose at the moment. I'm catching as I go along. But yeah, it's just walking on this stuff is just a matter of keeping everything relaxed. Now I am dropping down to the saddle where I'll be able to cross this ridge. After that, only be a mile and a bit before I stop at a campsite. There's a few clustered around an area, so I should be able to find something. Okay, dropping over to the other side, and wow! Alright, that is gorgeous. That's Park Lake down there. Woohoo! And looks even more rugged ahead still. Oh wow, that is gorgeous. So I've got a big zigzag down there. I can see the trail going around the corner around there. There are trails going through the forest, but I'm not sure if we actually keep a little bit higher. You can hear that animal or bird that has that really, if you heard it, that high-pitched whistle. It sounds like someone's actual whistle. Hiker camp is in by the lake over there if you want. I'm going to push on another 1.2 miles to the next campsite. Pretty lake down there. Right. Back to climbing again. Little pond. Half a mile to the campsite now. That's where I've come from, and there is another stunning view, though the mist is starting to cover them up, and that is Spectacle Lake. And I am 0.3 of a mile from my campsite. Tomorrow morning we'll be dropping down, not right to the lake, but off to the side of the lake. That looks very much like the lakes in Norway, and this whole this area now in front of me reminds me a lot of Norway. And it is beautiful. Alright, time to get to camp. Not a bad view. Alright, this is the campsite. Plenty of room, nice and clean and tidy. Now I'm going to leave the bigger area for those that are coming later. And I am going to take this little one. This looks lovely. Wow. Doesn't have a view, but none of the campsites seem to have views, so I'll be happy with this. The meal I've been carrying since trail days, and I just keep finishing earlier than I want. So I'm going to try this tonight. Now, take note, it is cold soak. So if you don't feel like a hot meal, this is when this is for, and those that don't carry stoves. So basically 15 minutes, so no difference, but it doesn't use a lot of water to rehydrate, so it's another if you're in a dry campsite as well. It's got pretty good calories. Yeah, it's got not a lot of fats as you'd expect from a salad. It's got potassium, calcium, good fiber, sugars, and good protein as well. And some iron. So I am going to give that a go, put some water in, and yeah, see what it's like. Looks good, smells good, smells peanutty. The other thing I'm going to try is a Backpacker's Pantry dessert that I got at a hiker box. It is it chocolate crumble cheesecake or something like that, and once again you just put water in. It's about 10 minutes. Okay, so the verdict, yeah, it tastes alright. It tastes like coleslaw and peanuts. Yeah, not probably my first choice of main meal, but there's a lot of it, so I'll see if it's filling or not. It tasted good, but just not enough of it. Too small for me. And that's very unusual, me saying the serving size is too small. Thankfully, I have chocolate cheesecake for dessert. Dessert was nice. I've actually licked it clean, and it's now been used as my rubbish bag. Yeah, it was nice, but it was pretty much like the instant pudding I usually have for dessert in New Zealand. So just a very expensive version of it, but it was good.